an SEC team beats another team from any that's outside of the SEC conference, yeah, they may chant their name, Tag LSU or
right,
or Tag, but they also chant SEC. SEC.
They do.
Nobody else does that, man.
I used to get upset with my friends that would cheer on other SEC teams if our team was out of it, right?
Right.
But now I get
That's it.
Now I get
That's
it. It's
it.
like, this is the conference.
That's why I'm kind of, look, I backhanded, I got it when OU beats Alabama like they did. I get a little, oh, there we go. Even when A&M came back from down 33 against South Carolina, I'm like, there we go. Because we're the old Southwest Conference, the old Big 12. I'm rooting for them to go like, and I'm a Texas fan who wants our two biggest rivals, those Aggies and OU traditionally. I want them to be undefeated when we play them. You know what I mean? That we usually play OU around the, fifth game of the season, fourth, fifth. I always want OU to be undefeated, and I want us to be undefeated, and then I want to beat them.
Yeah.
Beat them, and I want A&M. We play A&M the last game of the year.
So it's still coming up.
It's 2 weeks, from now.
Let's
or
go.
saying whatever weekend it is. I don't know when this comes out, but I want them to be undefeated.
Hell
when we beat them is what I wanted. You know what I mean? That's
yeah. Well, I always cheer for the underdog, man. I find I always cheer for the underdog. That's one thing I loved about Vanderbilt this year. They've always been the underdog.
Yeah.
Pavia is great. They have so many great guys. Every guy over there has been.
I met Pavia. He came up and said howdy after the game.
Oh, he did?
In Austin.
Oh, that's awesome. He's a great guy, man. He's
great,
and he's an
man.
underdog. He's just been the underdog
dude.
the whole time.
I was like, man, congratulations on what you've done. Keep doing it, man. Y'all got it rolling. And and what Lee's done and with that, because look, there's a lot of players on there that a lot of these teams we're talking about didn't necessarily sniff them.
Oh, yeah. Because they would have been on a different team.
Yeah. But look what they've done. It's, again, back to psychology.
Yeah.
That's a mental edge and the power you can get from believing you're an underdog, or that the world saying you're an underdog fuels you instead of makes you cower. Going, oh, yeah? Watch this. But to believe that is different than to say that. Like we've seen plenty of teams that are cocky.
Right, yeah.
And you're like,
not to get into the ego side of it.
You ain't gonna, yeah. Oh, you just laid a big hit on that running back, and there's 3 minutes left in the fourth, and you're 17 down. I wouldn't be doing a dance there, Ponce.
Yeah.
Did you see the scoreboard? You know what I mean? Or the come out is what Moore was saying, or who was it? Mike saying, well, I wanted to win the game, didn't want to play like to win. You can see, you want, there's a certain swagger that you're like, are you playing the part or do you believe?
Right.
Again, are you looking at the Jumbotron and acting like what you think you should act like? Or do you believe that? And is that dance you're doing coming from, from you? That's me. That's how I feel. Difference.
Dude, there was the other night I was somewhere and there was like I think a Titans, one of the Titans kind of brass. And they had one of their upper people was, and Pavia was there. It was some dinner thing we were at. And I said, oh, have you guys thought about drafting Diego? And the guy goes, well, he's a little small for us. We like this is one of our guys. There was a player there and he pointed at a guy and he's like, that guy's 6'7".
Yeah.
And I was like, that guy's 1-7.
Right.
I was like, Diego Pavia is 8-2 right now.
I hear you.
And I know it's different.
No, I hear you.
But for me, it's like, if I'm a team in a city, I would get a player that everybody loves that played in that college. I don't understand why pro teams don't do that a little bit more.
Well, they do. The Saints have been the best at it historically. Drafting the local, keeping it in Louisiana. So that Superdome's full of people going,
that's our guy.
Boudreaux's my cut,
Oh, that's a good point.
Look, I don't know how much that really works in the pros because it's a new singular brand business. I'm with you. I like the sentiment of let's keep the home cook 'em going.
Yeah, that's
here,
how I think that's how I think. I like that kind of stuff. Are you still teaching? Were you teaching classes at UT?
Yeah. I visit there's a professor that's in there daily, but then I swing in and we'll talk going for 3 hours at a time. And because what we do is we break down films and ads that I've done. It's called From Script to Screen, meaning let's see the journey that this book that turned into the first script, that turned into a shooting script, that turned into the movie. Let's see the journey it took to get there, because the original screenplay is very different than the final package you see. And so let's show these students, these serious filmmakers, about how there's many ways to skin the cat. And so I'll go in and we broke down most of my films, and then I have the director come in and talk about certain scenes, and it's a badass class.
Dude, I've loved. I used to go perform up at in Huntington, West Virginia all the time.
Yeah.
Where you guys shot your Marshall movie. Yeah. And that was awesome, man. And one time the guy that survived
yes, Dawson.
He was speaking at the hotel that I was staying at. He was speaking.
When was this? How many years ago? More or less.
16 years ago.
16.
12, 10.
So we had done We Are Marshall, which is probably 20 years ago?
Might be, yeah.
Yeah, so look, I don't want to speak on Red's behalf, but this story I heard, and I hope I'm getting this correct. If I'm not, excuse me. But that crash in 1971 with that Thundering Herd team, everyone in Huntington was somehow related to that.
Yeah.
All right? Whether by blood or by family or by that was the identity of the town, the college at that time. And a lot of people retreated. We showed up to go tell that story, and they were skeptical of Hollywood coming to tell their story for good reason.
For sure.
Like, which version you telling about?
Right, you're going to add some elements that are just going to make us look bad.
You're going to make us look like that, you know? Well,
right.
Our director, McGee, did a really cool thing. He let the whole town know in the paper, hey, anybody can come by the set. Anybody wants a script, I'll give you the script. And slowly people started to come around. Script was good. They were like, okay, And then the movie comes out, and I think there was a bit of catharsis that can happen. Meaning, I heard that, Red Dawson had been very reclusive, and that the time around the film coming out and the story, and for other reasons, he started to come back out, watch a game, maybe get a little from maybe it started behind the fence, then it moved into a bleacher, then it moved into talk. Anyway, you hear stories like that, and not that the film we did was responsible for that, but a part of that you go, what a cool thing to be a part of and see that can happen,
Well, art, that's an interesting thing about art, is that something can come out of something that's nice can come out of this, right?
Yeah.
Something that still honors it, even if it didn't do the best job, something that earnestly tried to show up and honor this thing, or spend time with it, right? To spend time,
spend on it, well intended,
right?
Try to tell the truth on it. They get to then see a representation of some of their experiences on the proverbial jumbotron, but also that can help us get to know ourselves better, especially if you've been locked up and covering that. You know what I mean?
Holding those things, yeah. It's crazy some of the things that we hold, I got into doing like ayahuasca experiences over the past maybe 5-6 years, and that's helped bring up a lot of old stuff and process it,
Yeah.
That stuff's been pretty good for me.
Now, a lot of that's talking about, going back, we were talking about ego earlier, a lot of that's about getting rid of the ego in a way. When that's what's been your what would you say has been the best thing, most healthy thing for you that those ayahuasca journeys have done for you?
I would say it's helped me process a lot of old pain, things that were kind of weights.
Yeah.
Kind of things that were just clumped up roots of my past.
Yeah.
Hard mud around them.
Yeah.
It just helped that stuff break up.
Okay.
So it's easy for me to be up here a little bit in my own soil and have an experience to grow.
Yeah. Heard.
Not be locked.
Be more receptive, maybe?
Yeah. And not stuck in a lot of, kind of burned off a lot of old, low self-worth stuff. Some of this started to kind of disappear, you know?
Good.
Have you had any experiences like that?
Not with ayahuasca. I mean, I've had, my own, most of my big sort of breakthroughs spiritually have come on singular journeys that I took by myself to places where they didn't know my name. And putting myself in those places, whether it be in Africa or the Amazon and Peru, where everything that I relied on was stripped away. Or the year I spent in Australia as an exchange student, where all of my conveniences and my talismans of identity, whether it was my name or my nation or my state or my family, they're all stripped away. And I was forced to rely on myself and forced to kind of look up and go, I'm listening. And when that truth